Wow. I really don't know what to title this video, but honestly, I've had a lot of time to reflect on skateboarding and the way it plays into everyday life. And you know what? There's some things I find that are beneficial, and there's things that I find that in some aspects skateboarding can detract from everyday life. Some of that being injuries, some of that being when it's taking over your mind, when you need to be focused on something else. Maybe that's just my ADHD talking, but I do find that sometimes skateboarding can intrude when it doesn't need to. Albeit, I spend a lot of my free time watching skate videos, thinking about skateboarding, or otherwise on the internet looking for new skate products, whatever it may be. Shoes, boards, bearings, wheels, you name it. I'm sure I've searched it.
What?
But I think in the end, something that I always come back to is that skateboarding tends to be a pretty healthy habit, in as much as it really is a good release for my mental. It helps me not focus on whatever negative thought might be intruding at any given time. While I'd like to say I have my depression and any negative thoughts handled, that's not always the case. There's always times where the negative thoughts can kind of win. And one way for me to always snatch the victory from the negative thoughts is skateboarding or watching skating. Simply thinking of a new trick I'm gonna do, thinking of a new video idea, anything that just allows me to create. I always loved that moniker back in the day, skate and create. I have a buddy who has that on his arm, I'm pretty sure, skate and create, Keenan. And I've always really enjoyed that, because honestly, skateboarding is, in as much as it is an art form, it's also a creative outlet in other ways. It's a creative outlet for your mind, gives your mind places to go. While it's your physical body doing the work, your mind is truly 80 to 90% of skateboarding. If you think it, you can do it. And I love that with skateboarding. There's not too many things where that's a reality. I can't picture bench pressing 500 pounds long enough and then just do it. That's not in me. While that would be amazing if I could just visualize something the way I visualize my skateboarding tricks and just make it happen. While I wish that were the case, it's not. That being said though, because skateboarding doesn't work that way, it makes the victories that much sweeter. Knowing that you put your blood, sweat, and more blood into the tricks, and then coming out victorious. It feels so good. Nothing beats that. Today's little session, I called it Skating Like a Kid, and that was me really stepping back and looking at how I used to treat skateboarding even before I started filming YouTube videos, because I did skate before I started doing YouTube. Started doing YouTube in like 2007, but for years before that, I was skating, and it was really fun. And I loved it. A lot of it was skating stationary in the driveway, or my driveway had a little curve at the end. We would launch out of that into the road and skate it like a kicker, and I loved doing that. It was so fun. Even when we weren't doing tricks, I'd just go and ollie it a million times, do 180s into this awful road. The ground was horrid, but after riding in the same spot for a while, you'd get it smoothed out, and traffic would slowly smooth it out too. But I remember the day they chip sealed that road was just heartbreaking. It sucked.
Oh, golly.
But it's things like that, being able to look back on those times, that just really makes skateboarding mean that much more to me. Knowing that it's brought me to where I am now, it's shaped the way I think about a lot of things, and it just means a ton. It's always been there. It's my physical outlet, my mental outlet. The neighbors playing basketball. It's just been an amazing form of expression for me, having skateboarding with me. I personally recently have been getting into watching a lot of just like homie videos from different states, different countries, and I just love it. It's so much more watching it with a 20-year-old skate veteran's mind. It's so much different now than if I were just watching it as a kid. I'm seeing the tricks not just for the tricks themselves, but I'm seeing this person doing that trick. And a lot of these homie videos, you get to see a little of their background, a little of their personality, and I just find that fascinating, seeing how, oh wow, that really funny dude's super good at wheelie grinds. He's really good at doing front crooks or skating stairs. Or wow, this dude gets super angry, but he always comes back and gets his trick. He's the one hucking down stuff. I love seeing that, those little personality dynamics and the friendship dynamics within their homie group. I love that and love making videos. I just love it. No matter what the topic is, whether I'm skating good or skating bad, I just really enjoy making videos. It takes me away from whatever's on my mind. And honestly, even without filming, just being on the skateboard feels amazing. I could be skating stationary in the basement. It's still gonna feel amazing. It's gonna take my mind off whatever's happening. And a lot of that does come down to the chemical, the dopamine, the serotonin release when you get active, when you get your heart going. Because honestly, when you're not trying super hard, even then, it just feels good to be on a skateboard without having to get your heart rate up. Just being on there, that familiar feeling of the board under you. Your wheels rolling on concrete, rolling on asphalt, hitting the cracks in the sidewalk. It's so methodical, so rhythmic, so just mesmerizing and relaxing. And I love that. I'll always love that. Thank you, skateboarding.